Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 23rd of February. India's Uttar Pradesh province votes in fourth round of polling for new assembly. After local polls date announcement, Madhesi parties sever ties with Nepal government. And rejected Afghan asylum seekers deported from Germany. And now for all the details. A bomb blast in an upscale market area in Pakistan's Lahore city left 8 people dead and over 20 wounded. Though there were reports of a couple of more explosions later, they have not been confirmed yet.
The blast took place at an under-construction building in the market area. Authorities said laborers were working inside when the blast took place. As a result of the blast, one floor of the building collapsed. Several cars and motorcycles were also damaged in the blast. Police said that the explosion was caused by a planted bomb. Provincial Chief Minister has ordered an investigation into the blast. The blast follows a string of terror attacks in the country in which more than 100 people have been killed.
Moving on to news from India. 3 soldiers and a civilian were killed during a gun battle between army and militants in India's Kashmir on Thursday. 4 soldiers suffered injuries.
Militants ambushed a patrolling party of the Indian Army in Shopian district of India's Jammu and Kashmir province in the wee hours. 3 army men were killed when militants opened fire at the Indian forces and a woman succumbed to injuries after she was hit by a stray bullet inside her house.
रात के 2 बजे हमारी नींद खुल गई। सड़क पे अचानक फायरिंग की आवाज़ हमें सुनी और हम लेटिंग पोजीशन में रहे। अंदर से हमारी माँ ऊपर के कमरे में सो रही थी और 1 घंटे के बाद लगभग फायरिंग बंद हो गई। उसके बाद हम ऊपर चढ़ गए, हमारी माँ मर गई थी ऊपर।
The militants, however, escaped in the dark even as joint operation of the army and police have been launched to nab them. This is the 3rd such strike against troops in Jammu and Kashmir in less than 10 days. There has been a spate in militant attacks in Kashmir since September after India conducted surgical strikes against suspected militants attempting to infiltrate from Pakistan-administered Kashmir.
Voting for the 4th phase of assembly elections in India's northern Uttar Pradesh province was held on Thursday. Polling took place for 53 assembly constituencies spread over 12 districts, including the backward Bundelkhand region and the Grand Old Party Congress bastion Rai Bareli.
Hundreds of voters queued up outside polling booths across Uttar Pradesh province in India for the 4th round of voting. A 7-phase voting is underway to elect a new assembly to govern the province of nearly 220 million people. The Samajwadi Party and Congress alliance, Bharatiya Janata Party and Bahujan Samaj Party are the key players. Corruption and development remain the main issues on the minds of the voters.
हम लोग चाहते हैं जो भी सरकार बने, कोई भी यूपी के अंदर सरकार बने, मोस्टली मेरे झांसी के अंदर जो भी सरकार बने, पहले भ्रष्टाचार को दूर करे, रोडें, सड़कें, नल, पानी, बिजली व्यवस्था जो इतनी खराब चल रही है, इधर पे व्यवस्था पूरी अच्छी तरीके से दी जाए और यहाँ पर महिलाओं के लिए अधिक से अधिक सुरक्षा की जाए।
इस वक्त जो चुनाव में जो बेसिक मुद्दा हावी है वो है विकास का, क्योंकि पिछले 20 सालों से हमारे प्रदेश में विकास हुआ नहीं और खाली गुंडागर्दी का गढ़ रह गया और उत्तर प्रदेश विकास से बहुत दूर रह गया।
Uttar Pradesh has 403 assembly seats in total. Final results of the election will be announced on March 11.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan. Amid protests by members of rights groups and opposition parties, Germany has deported the 3rd plane load of rejected Afghan migrants. According to reports, the move is supposed to send a signal to Afghans that Germany only accepts a small number of asylum bids from their country.
A third plane of rejected asylum seekers left the German city of Munich for Afghanistan on Wednesday, reportedly carrying some 50 passengers on board. Germany deported a record 80,000 migrants denied asylum last year, and officials have said that figure will rise in 2017 as Chancellor Angela Merkel seeks to win back conservative voters before elections in September. To placate conservatives put off by Merkel's decision in 2015 to open German borders to refugees, leaders of a Christian Democrat party have been pushing to deport more migrants whose applications have failed or foreigners who have committed crimes. Germany has taken in more than 1 million migrants in the past 18 months, often fleeing war and turmoil in Syria, Iraq and Afghanistan. Germany has seen protests against the deportations in recent weeks, and critics say much of Afghanistan is not safe and that returnees might face reprisals.
Moving on to news from Nepal. Nepal's former Prime Minister Baburam Bhattarai has extended his support to agitating Madhesi parties over government's decision to hold local elections.
Former Prime Minister Baburam Bhattarai led Naya Shakti Nepal and Sanghiya Samajwadi Forum Nepal's chairman Upendra Yadav have demanded the government to withdraw its local elections announcement decision and conduct federal and provincial elections first. Claiming that Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal-led government's decision would push the country towards instability and uncertainty, the two leaders demanded endorsement of amendment bill. The government on Monday announced to conduct the local level elections on May 14, following which Madhesi parties launched their protests in Tarai districts. The Madhes-based parties are also considering several ties with Dahal's Communist Party of Nepal, Maoist Centre and Nepali Congress's alliance. While the protests are ongoing, the Election Commission on Wednesday released a 16-day schedule for holding the local level elections. The Madhesi parties say that new charter does not sufficiently represent them.
Moving on to news from Maldives. Exiled former Maldives President Mohammad Nasheed was bestowed the prestigious 2017 Courage Award on Tuesday by a coalition of 25 international human rights groups at the 9th Annual Geneva Summit for Human Rights and Democracy. Nasheed, who was ousted in 2012 and later sentenced to 13 years in jail on terrorism charges after a widely denounced trial, earlier expressed hope to return to his country and run for the 2018 presidential elections. However, President Abdullah Yameen dismissed Nasheed's presidential ambitions as futile. Nasheed in Colombo then said that he would seek international assistance to overcome legal hurdles to his candidacy and challenged Yameen to face him in a free and fair election. Meanwhile, an artist in Western India is hoping to make an entry into the Guinness World Records with his longest fire painting. The painting, that completed in a period of 10 months, has been made using many liters of inflammable chemical, powder and matchsticks.
Kamal Rana began playing with fire literally in 1979 when he made his first fire painting. Belonging to Vadodara city of Western Gujarat province, the city-based artist is now eyeing a Guinness record for making the biggest fire painting in the world, that is 7 feet long and 63 feet wide. The current painting, which was completed in 10 months, is themed on cricket, as Rana is fond of the sport.
इतना बड़ा लंबा पेंटिंग पूरा वर्ल्ड में कोई किसी ने नहीं बनाया। गिनीज बुक में, लिम्का बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड, एशिया बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड, लिम्का बुक में तो मेरा नाम है, गिनीज बुक में भी रखेंगे।
Fire painting is a photographic lighting technique in which fire is used to selectively illuminate parts of the subject. Unlike artists who have used technique to blow torch to create some effects on their paintings, Rana puts fire to the paper or canvas to create the effect.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. India's Uttar Pradesh province votes in fourth round of polling for new assembly. After local polls date announcement, Madhesi party sever ties with Nepal government. And rejected Afghan asylum seekers deported from Germany. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.